The shocking truth behind the Desmond Bane trade as the rippling effect of this blockbuster move continues to rock across the league. Did this set the tone for free agency for the rest of the offseason? And did it also send a deeper subliminal message to the rest of the Grizzlies that truly no one is untouchable? We'll get to all that in just a moment, but what's going on, everybody? Jared Alator here for Grizzlies Digest for the beginning of your week, and we had a crazy weekend, crazy end to the weekend, I should say. Magic getting Desmond Bane, Grizzlies getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, and multiple first-round picks. I have tons of videos on this already. You can go back into the channel, look at that whenever you have a chance. But right now, we got to bring you this report. But before we do that, got to obviously get you to subscribe to the channel. We want to keep bringing these videos out to you because it's going to be a busy off season, and that was just proven to us yesterday whenever we got the news of the Desmond Bane trade. We're going to continue to go over that. Got coverage on it pretty much all week long. So we'll get into the content right now. Brian Windhorst, who in my last video talked about how it was possible. He says it's possible that the Grizzlies could be moving in another direction. And what did he mean by that? Well, he meant the fact that the Desmond Bane trade might also mean that the Grizzlies are trying to either sign Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja Morant, who are extension eligible this offseason, or are they looking to go in a completely different direction in general? Now, I'm not trying to compare situations necessarily, but if you remember a few years ago, and this is why the Pacers and the Thunder are in the finals right now, basically, but the Oklahoma City Thunder gave up Russell Westbrook, Paul George, got all those picks in return. It was one of the more interesting moves. And they got Chris Paul out of that, and only for a year, but they had to give up Russell Westbrook, Paul George in that 2019 offseason, which was pretty crazy considering where Oklahoma City is right now. But that's different from what Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson are. They're in their mid-20s. The time is right now. You have these stars right now. Obviously, you're going to want to keep them. And I think Brian Windhorst was going a little bit too extreme, again, in that video that I made for you yesterday. But now he says all signs point toward Jaren Jackson Jr. getting a new Grizzlies contract. So it sounds like Jackson Jr. will remain part of the Grizzlies' long-term foundation following the trade of Desmond Bane to the Magic. Windhorst reported Sunday on the Hoop Collective podcast, that, quote, all signs point toward Jaren Jackson Jr. being able to get a contract extension this summer and therefore not being traded, end quote. His colleague Tim McMahon chimed in to add Bane's exit further clarifies Memphis is building around Jackson Jr. and Morant. So this is obviously great news. I mean, this is what Memphis fans want, right? I mean, to completely just collapse and change everything entirely is bonkers, in my opinion. Like, you gave up Desmond Bane, you got a great return out of that. No one is, we're all going to miss Desmond Bane, but no one, I don't think I've seen many Memphis fans on social media disagreeing with it completely. I think most fans are kind of on board with the trade, especially with those future first-round picks. That's really going to help out, considering Memphis' history of building in the draft. And that's where I think Memphis truly won. But I also think Orlando won. They're getting a good one. They're getting someone who's basically going to complete their starting lineup. And they got a heck of a team. Maybe, who knows, maybe a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. Maybe. I don't know. Continuing with the article here, Tim Bontemps from ESPN provided a follow-up report on Monday. He says that sources told ESPN that the Grizzlies are not looking to deal either their 2 remaining franchise cornerstones. The team has spent the last several months clearing salary cap space to complete a renegotiation and extension of Jackson Jr.'s contract this offseason, preventing him from hitting free agency in 2026. The belief is that an extension will be done, sources said, but the Bane trade gives Memphis an avenue to give Jackson even more on that deal and lock him in the long term. So this is what I'm talking about, by the shocking truth behind the Bane trade. So one of two things. One, you're obviously not going to get, if you're Jackson Jr., you're not going to get that Supermax extension. You're not eligible for that. So Zach Kleiman felt like, okay, I can move some things around. Desmond Bane, we love you, but we're going to make you happy over here. And I'm going to get these two guys, KCP, Cole Anthony, multiple first-round picks, to build around Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson for the future. So for the team sense, that's number one. Number two, it's also believed that, like I said at the beginning of the video, no one's untouchable here. If you're John Conchar, if you're Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson, Luke Kennard, Aldama, you are not safe, right? Desmond Bane got traded. We're all making jokes on social media. I see a bunch of things about, how did John Conchar outlast Desmond Bane, right? But truly, no one is safe. Now, the ones I think are safe because of what we're reporting on right now is Morant and Jackson Jr. And it sends a message from Zach Kleiman to the team to go, okay, we got this stuff. We got all this stuff in return and had to give up Desmond Bane. But we're trying to build around Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. And it's no offense to you, Desmond Bane, but we're trying to build around these two guys. And because Jackson Jr. also was not eligible for that Supermax, Zach Kleiman's like, okay, well, let me move some things around. Desmond, I'm going to make you happy, shipping you off to Orlando, where they have a young team. You're actually going to be one of the older guys there, believe it or not. So I think it had to do with two things. Shocking. When I talk about the shocking truth, it's really, I think, two truths. One, no one is untouchable on the Grizzlies besides Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. This report proves that. Two, we love you, Desmond, but we're trying to build around Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., and because of the Supermax that Jaren was not eligible for, we kind of have to bounce some things around. And that's what happened here. Bane is signed through the 2028-29 season, and his salary begins to exceed $40 million in 2027. Caldwell Pope will be a free agent in 2027, assuming he picks up his $21.6 million option for the 26-27 season. Anthony has a $13.1 million club option for that season, so he may be hitting the open market at the same time as KCP or even a year earlier. So we can make them attractable pieces, maybe to trade for a couple years from now. Who knows? Maybe Cole Anthony and KCP, they shine, and we're like, no, we want to keep these guys. But who knows? They could be very attractable pieces to either get someone of that same value or even more draft picks for the future. So we're also preparing for that. Jaren Jackson Jr. is in his last year of his contract, and re-signing him will mean giving him a sizable pay raise over his current $23.4 million salary. Zach Kleiman probably thinking about the cost of an extension for Morant as well, even though he's under team control for 3 more years. So we're already preparing for whenever that time comes. But now that Bane is no longer part of the equation, there will be a lot more salary cap space down the road to tailor the roster around Jackson and Morant, right? So this is all a money thing. This is all about finance. Again, we sometimes forget as fans, it's a business, right? And that's always what it's going to be. We love our guys. We want to keep them. But we also want to make Desmond Bane happy. And by shipping him off to Orlando, I think he did that. And he reacted with the sunshine emoji and sunglasses emoji yesterday, meaning that I think he feels right at home. And for us, we're like, hey, man, that's great. Go get your bag. Go get paid. Go win a championship. So good for Desmond Bane. Kleiman may also put some of that newfound flexibility to use in short order if Jaren Jackson Jr. gets a new deal before opening night. So again, financial flexibility. But then we're going to end off the video with this, because I talked about Brian Windhorst and how his point about how maybe shipping off Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. for some pieces is possible. Obviously, we know with this report now, that's not happening. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are here to stay with Memphis. But this was also a point that was being made on the morning show, one of the morning shows, I don't know if it's Get Up, Shut Up, What Up, whatever it's called. I don't really know. But it's Jay Williams from ESPN saying, if I were Zach Kleiman in Memphis, I would highly, highly, highly consider trading Ja Morant. Number 1, I saw Desmond Bane get traded for 5 first-round picks. I wonder what the value for Ja Morant could be. He is box office. I think there are franchises out there that would give him a boatload of assets for Ja Morant, so you have to consider it. And if you want, I mean, you leave a comment down below on if you can think of anything that you would trade Ja Morant for. I mean, I hear all this about how, oh, he's not a top 40, 50 player. I think that's just ludicrous. But Jay Williams also goes into his off-court issues and his on-court gestures and the suspensions and the injuries. How, again, still an attractable player, but Jay Williams claiming there's a little bit of baggage there, right? But I think Ja Morant is home. I think he speaks Memphis. I think he is Memphis, and he is the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. And that's why Zach Kleiman doing the great thing here, keeping Morant and Jackson Jr. And, of course, Morant as the face of the franchise. And it should continue that way for the near future. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Grizzlies Digest. If you like this video, you can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, leave a comment down below, your reaction on the trade, your reaction on what Jay Williams said, because I think that was honestly more radical than what the Brian Windhorst report from yesterday was. So that was kind of interesting. But leave a comment down below on all that. We'll see you in the next video. Jared Alto reporting for Grizzlies Digest, and peace. Have a good one.